Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be making some Guyanese butter flaps, but I'll be putting my own spin and twist to it. Now to get started, here are the ingredients that I'll be using. I have here some bread flour, some velveeta cheese, I have some softened butter, some yeast, some sugar, some melted butter. It is salted, so I won't be putting any salt in this recipe, and some milk. Let's get started with the recipe. So first we'll begin by making the dough. I will add the sugar to the milk along with the yeast. I will mix well and allow it to, well, this is fast rise yeast, so I really don't need to do this, but I'm still doing it. And I'll set it aside and I will add my butter to the flour. Mixed well, and then I'll begin adding my yeast mixture to form a dough. So now that I have formed the dough, I will now go ahead and knead it until it is smooth. And this is how it should be looking when you're done. Now I'll place this in my mixing bowl, cover it, and I'll let it sit for an hour until it doubles in size. So while my dough is rising, I'll go ahead and mix my cheese and my butter together. I will mix them well until they're evenly combined. Now this is not the traditional way to make butter flaps, but this is my way. And I like the flavor and the extra taste that the cheese gives the butter flaps. It is so delicious, you guys. If you try this recipe, I promise you will not be disappointed. So I will continue doing this and then I'll show you guys the next step. And this is how it should be looking when you're done. Now I'll set this aside until my dough is ready. So it's been about an hour and I think my dough is ready. So I'll go ahead now and release the air and I'll get ready to start making my butter flaps. But first, I have prepared my baking pan with some parchment paper so that, my dough wouldn't stick or I wouldn't have any issues taking them out. And I also have a rolling pin I'll be using, and I'll be using a brush to brush my butter and cheese mixture onto the butter flap. So let's go ahead now and start separating our dough into equal parts. This recipe should give you about 6 butter flaps. Like I said, guys, I don't make these things in bulk or a lot of it because I have a very small family. But if you guys want to make more, you can just double the ingredients. So this will give me about 6. You do not want to make these too big. They might seem a little small, but they'll... So now I'll go ahead and start like forming, some little balls, which I will roll out into a circle. Because you need a circular shape to form your butter flap. So that's what I'll do. So now I'll go ahead and roll my dough out into a circular shape. Like I said, you need a circle to form your butter flaps. Next, I'll add the cheese and butter mixture right in the middle. You do not want to spread it all over, and you do not want to overdo it. I know you'll think, okay, I'm going to pack it with this mixture and stuff, it's going to be rich, but it will just run out in the oven, and that's just a waste. So yeah, you put a generous amount, but don't overdo it. And then we'll fold it over like so, and you want to press the edges down, because if you do not seal the edges, then they'll open out in the oven, and that will just, it won't be a butter flap anymore. It will just be all over the place. So then we'll put some more of the mixture right in the middle there, and then we'll fold it one more time. And that, my friends, is how you make a butter flap. Now I will continue the others, and I'll be right back to show you guys the next step. So now I will allow these to rise again for about 30 minutes before I place them into the oven. So now I'll place these in an oven of 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes. So after about 22 minutes, now my butter flaps are done, and I will go ahead and brush them with some melted butter. They smell so good, you guys. I cannot wait to break them and just go in. I know they're so amazing. So I will now break these apart because I want to show you guys the inside, the texture, how soft it is. If you have ever tried my bread recipe, you know the bread is off the hook. And I want to show you guys just the cheese and the butter, how it came together perfectly on the inside there. Look at the yellow, look at that. Look, it's just rich, it's flavorful, and it's so delicious. I do hope you guys give this recipe a try. Okay guys, so this is the finished product of my Guyanese butter flap with my own twist. I do hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I will leave all the ingredients down in the description box, and I will see you next time.